Hello, everybody. My name is Zerduku, and I just got done playing Horror Legends doing the live stream. If you haven't seen it, you can go and watch it. But honestly, it is kind of boring because it's just me trying out all the different characters and stuff. And I do apologize for ending the stream early. I just had to go to the bathroom, and there was no pause option on OBS Studios, which I did find kind of strange, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. I had more than enough information for me to really think about it. And I did sit for a good 20 minutes thinking about it because, with Jurassic Hunter and Area 51 video game that I played on my PS2, when I was trying them out, I only did like two videos of those, and immediately after I was done playing it, within like less than 10 minutes, I was like, yeah, these games are shit. Anyways, but for Horror Legends, it was a little different because after I was done playing, I was like, I was just in complete silence. Like my brain just went blank. And after I was done, I couldn't digest it very well because on one hand, there's a bunch of bad things, and on the other hand, there's a bunch of good things, and they seem to balance each other out. It's like you put two like you put like like a crappy thing on one end, and then you put a bunch of good like gold on the other end, and they seem to somehow balance each other. And it's like, and you can't make a decision on exactly how good something is because it's both good and bad at the same time. And I never had this kind of a decision ever in my life where I just realized something is just so in between you know it's like in between the lines, and that's what Horror Legends is for me. Uh, there's a lot of like, let's start with the bad stuff. There's a lot of like funky mechanics. I kind of wish that October Drake would have, put in for game mechanics, for the monsters, the killers, because it feels like he went in blind with it. He designed uh these monsters with no particular inspiration other than just making shit up and pulling shit out of his ass. Which, honestly, I don't blame him for doing that because when I'm writing, I do the same thing just because information. Well, I just don't like going looking for information because one, I don't read very well. Two, I'm just too fucking lazy. And you know what? And I'm pretty darn sure that's the same issue with him is that he he's probably just too lazy and doesn't want to go looking for it. So that I can understand. So I give him a pass for that. But what he should really do is, um, for someone like me that actually knows a little bit about some of the monsters, not all of them, mainly the doll creature, and let's see, there's the doll, the werewolf, that ghost creature, and I think that's it. I really do think that's it. I really think that might be all because I can't really think of any other, monsters that I know a lot about because those three right there, those three big top three, I can give a lot of like inspirational ideas that I could add. Um, the dull one I think is perfect for the most part. I mean, fast, low HP, stuff like that. Well, it would be kind of cool, but I'm not exactly sure if it's actually there because there's some abilities that I didn't fully understand in the game. Is that it would be cool if you, as a doll, you can jump and grab onto people and stab them repeatedly. I. That would be kind of cool. For the werewolf, I really wish that he added certain things. Like an ability to see in the dark for one, and also an ability where you can like track people's scent and stuff because that's what werewolves do for hunting. Um, Uh, and that's pretty much. Well, no, wait. There's also the whole. Yeah, should be one of the most fastest, most durable characters there is in the game because werewolves are extremely powerful. They're they're worse than vampires. They can only be killed by silver and decapitation. Those are the only things that could really kill werewolves. And if you don't do any of those, then more than likely that's not going to stop it. So that's why I think the werewolf should be the most powerful in the game, except for the next one here, which is the ghost creature. During the live stream, it says, I'm thinking that it's an inspiration from The Grudge, which is based off of an actual mythological a ghost monster known as a Zongshi. A Zongshi is basically a ghost that was manifest from, like when they were alive, they were brutally killed, probably murdered or whatever, and they become these malevolent spirits that attach themselves to anything that walks by them. So if there are spirits that are attached to a house, a graveyard, even a well, if you go anywhere near it, that spirit becomes attached to you until the day you die. It will haunt you forever. And it does this to anybody who comes anywhere where it's been, or anybody anywhere it's near. It just attaches to everybody. It's basically like a ghost that infects everybody that goes nearby them. And the more horrifying, part of the story is that these Zongshi actually try to kill you. Um, what I would like is, like a better control with teleportation, like make the teleportation more easier to control, because I had no control over that. Because teleportation's fine. Um, Maybe not for Zhongxi though. I feel like teleportation's kind of stupid. I feel like that if that ability and idea should go out the window, and just replace it with the ability to phase through walls and go invisible and stuff like that. That would actually be cool. I don't know what that ability is where you can shoot like a shadow thing or something and it's hitting the walls or something that I was doing in the live stream, but it was cool, but it really didn't make a whole lot of sense of what it is. I didn't get it. I didn't understand the reason behind it. Um, you know, Stuff like that. So that I didn't quite understand. Um, but yeah, that's what I kind of wish that he can stop taking some advice from Renzo and start taking more advice from people who actually know some stuff that can actually help him out. But he doesn't have to listen to everybody. He can do whatever he wants. But now, let's talk about some of the good things. The game is pretty cool with the concept of an online game, but the problem is there isn't a lot of people playing it, and then that's really actually not October Trick's fault. It is actually our fault as viewers. One of the issues that we have is that we play a game once and then we don't play it again. We hear about something new, we play it once and we don't do it again. I don't know why that's a thing, but it happens. And it's not October Drake's fault, it's just us being dicks. Um, so that's just the way it is. But because there's not a lot of people, you can't actually play the actual game. So in a way, it just becomes this thing where you can play as the monsters and kill each other. In a way, that just turns it into another Terradrome game, but not really. Matter of fact, it makes it unique with the idea that what if you play as different monsters in a 3D sense and you run around and you kill a bunch of people and other players just for the sake of fun online. That would be cool. If you're going to do that, though, one thing you need to fix is make sure there's a lot more human PCs running around. Because when I was playing it, there wasn't a whole lot of things to kill or practice on. That was kind of a problem. Um, because it made my live stream a little bit boring, but but it also kind of makes actually playing the game boring, which that is also a problem. You don't want to make a game boring. But that's so. What it comes down to is it a game I want to keep or not? I don't think it's a good idea for me to keep it just because um, it's there's just not a lot of people playing it, and because that there isn't a lot of PCs to kill, it's a boring ass game, and that's a problem when it becomes too boring. But to be fair, at least it's not like on last year, which is one of the worst horror games I've ever played. Freaking, all the survivors have to do is team up on you, and you're instantly dead. Bullshit. You know, at least it's not exactly like that. At least I don't know because there wasn't a lot of people playing, so I don't even know. But if it is like that, then the game is even worse than I thought it was. But of course, there wasn't really much I could do about it because there wasn't a lot of people playing. Um, this is probably the last you will ever hear of Horror Legends. I'll probably never go back to it again. So that's about it. Please like and subscribe. And this is Vertugo signing out.